Hey, long time no see. I wanted to talk about starting a music YouTube channel. I think it's great having a music YouTube channel. I started my first music YouTube channel back in 2017, I think. I was making like scenic piano videos. It was really cool. I've been making music related YouTube videos for like, 6 or 7 years, and it's just something I'm really passionate about, okay? I'm gonna share why you should start a music YouTube channel. I wanted to, jump on YouTube and look at some of my favorite channels and some channels that I've seen recently that I think are just so cool. They're doing such original, cool things, and maybe to give you some ideas. After that, I'll talk about how you can get started. So why start a music YouTube channel? The first reason is because it's fun. Genuinely, I think it's a lot of fun. And the reason is because it's a whole nother medium. There's a whole nother creative element to it. There's like video editing, there's thinking of ideas, there's making skits, or like acting or whatever. There's so much you can do, and in addition to music, and you can combine these different creative expressions and make something entirely unique and entirely your own. Yeah, there's just so much fun to be had making videos. I'm not going to talk about that point too much because you'll have to just find that out for yourself. Okay, the second reason why, it's a great way to establish and build a personal brand. I think it's really powerful in today's age to have an online presence. Do you know about the creator economy, right? This is like the new term. This is actually estimated to be worth like something like $7 trillion. No, like a quarter of I don't know, a lot of money. I think it's a great idea to definitely start building your online presence or your online community, because these are all things that you can leverage later down the road. Maybe you want to be an artist. You can you'll have a community, you'll have a presence online, or maybe you want to go the more entrepreneurial route, which is kind of like the path I'm going down, which is, starting like an online community and teaching the piano and teaching my skills to other people. This goes into my next point as well. The third point why you should start a music YouTube channel is because you can reach so many more people with your ideas and with your music. Maybe you play a very niche type of music, right? And in your town, there's only 10 people that like and listen to that music, and they don't even know that you're playing a gig on Saturday. But on YouTube, there's 500 people or 5,000 or even 500,000. Likewise, if you're a music teacher, maybe you teach the cello. I don't know. And there's maybe 20 or maybe 30 potential students in your town. Well, guess what? Online, there's maybe 300 or 3,000 or 300,000. There's no ceiling online. You can access everyone, and that's both got so much potential, but it's also a really exciting thing. I live in New Zealand. Maybe you live in New Zealand as well. I don't know where you live, and that's exciting to me. I love that I can just sit in my room here in Dunedin, New Zealand, and just talk to you. That's so cool. I think it's awesome. You can reach more people. And my fourth reason why you should start a music YouTube channel is because it's a really great way to build a creative skill stack. So if you're unfamiliar with this term, skill stacking, you're stacking skills on top of each other, and the more skills you stack, the more value that you can provide. Maybe you're really good at playing your instrument, and then you learn to record yourself, so that's another skill, and then you learn to produce yourself, and then you can learn how to market yourself and brand yourself. And you see, these are all skills. By making YouTube videos, it's an opportunity to develop a skill stack. The musician who has a skill stack is super powerful, especially in today's world. Okay, maybe I've convinced you to start a music YouTube channel, but you might be thinking I don't know what kind of videos to make. What are some ideas I can start with? Well, I wanted to jump on YouTube now, and we're gonna look at some channels and talk about it. Firstly, I'll just say that the way I like to think about it is with the 3 pillars of content creation. Basically, there's education, entertainment, and inspiration. And the great thing about the music space on YouTube is that it covers all 3 bases so thoroughly. There's so many channels across these different bases, and we're gonna look at them now. So let's jump in. Okay, so the first channel that I've got here is Kateen. This guy is just an amazing pianist, okay? And I wanted to start with this because this is an example of just a really amazing skill. Like he's brilliant at his musician. He's brilliant at his musician. He's brilliant at his instrument, and he just makes amazing piano videos. And I thought that was just a great example to start. So that's something you could do. You can just share your music. Next up, we've got Rudy Ayubi. He makes kind of like comedy sketches. Skits is actually a big theme on music YouTube. I think it's something that a lot of creators do. And another example is like Daniel Thrasher, for example. He's just a comedic guy. Next up, we have Adam Neely, an absolute staple of the music YouTube space. He's just very knowledgeable in jazz and in music. He can construct such a good discussion and a really thought-provoking video around certain topics. So maybe you are a very critical thinker and you can communicate your ideas really well. Maybe you could discuss some type of music genre or music that you like in a way that is thought-provoking, in a way that does spark critical discussion, because the world of music is so important to so many people worldwide, and we need people talking about it. We need people having these kind of tough conversations around music. This is one I found the other day, actually. So this is just an example of like bite-sized kind of piano lessons. This guy, I watched just a couple of this guy's videos the other day. Just really simple, easy to digest like tutorials. Maybe you know a bunch of songs and you could make song tutorials. This is quite a niche one. Sam the Beard Guy. This guy's a really brilliant piano player. He's insane, like literally insane, but his channel is actually about reviewing piano tech, and he's also able to share his skills and his knowledge as a musician through reviewing different types of pianos. Maybe you're really into the gear side of music, you could be a reviews channel, or you could be some kind of gear channel, I don't know. The next one I've got here is the Guild of Ambience, something completely different. On the complete other side of the spectrum, this is an ambient channel. So maybe you're a composer, and maybe you have some other skills. You could be some kind of illustrator or an animator, or you could work with these virtual digital spaces. Like that's what this guy does, I think. He just makes these ambient kind of visual landscapes and composes this really like rich and immersive ambient soundscape. And I love this kind of stuff, man. Like this stuff is insane for YouTube. There's a massive market for ambient music. You can probably relate. I'm sure you listen to ambient mixes as well. Okay, next up we've got this guy, Hello Foe. He hasn't really made any videos recently, but I just love the videos he made. He's actually a really good jazz player, and he's kind of doing it in an entertaining fashion, so it's like still sharing his music and his skills, but obviously in a way that's like really like interesting and kind of funny. Next up we've got another educator channel, and I'd say also she covers inspiration, and that's Nari Soul. So Nari Soul is like, she makes really just calm and just really aesthetic videos, I think. Yeah, she's really knowledgeable. She's really skilled at her instrument. She knows a lot of stuff, and she teaches it in such an easy to follow way. It's like, it's visually stunning. It sounds amazing. Next up, I've got this guy here, Joe Jenkins. So this guy's huge, right? He's got 4.2 million subscribers, only 153 videos, which is like, less than me. But basically the way I understand this guy is that he's kind of like, like the Mr. Beast of the piano almost. He takes his piano out, does these like challenges, and does these kind of like public spaces performances, and this is something I've seen is very popular recently, is these like, these pianists playing in public spaces, and the video is like capturing the reactions of them, and like playing Interstellar at an airport and things like that. And yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of views. Like this is so popular. Another channel I've got here is this guy, Guitarman. He's kind of like a new channel, and he makes videos kind of like like jazz, bebop kind of lesson videos, but he actually also talks a lot about, you know, self-improvement and mental health. And this is an example of what's called synthesizing. So he's taking his interest in self-development and he's combining it with teaching music. And that is like creating a new niche. I think that's really cool. So maybe you have different skill sets and different interests and different passions, and you can kind of think about how you can put these things together in your own unique way to, you know, make videos that are unique to you and kind of create your own niche, so to speak. Next up is actually my first channel, which I mentioned at the start of this video. So I wanted to bring this up because I'm kind of like exploiting my local geography, you know, where I live, and there's a lot of beautiful scenery here. And so I started making videos where I was taking my keyboard out to these scenic locations, you know, in the mountains and by these beautiful coastal landscapes and stuff, and I was filming piano music videos. And I still kind of make like aesthetic, like relaxing piano videos. This is a demonstration of what is possible with videos because you're combining the visual medium with your music. And the last example I have for you here is this channel called Flavor Trip. Now, this is like one of my favorite channels that I've found recently. I love house music. House music is absolutely sick. And these guys, they mix house in these beautiful scenic locations and cook food. Like, that is their channel. You know, so they're DJs, their skill is mixing house music, and they have a passion for making food. And they've made a whole channel around it. And they're also exploiting the fact that they have beautiful scenic locations that they can do these mixes in. But yeah, that's a bunch of channels that I thought I would like look into. You know, my whole point here is that you want to take your skills and your passions and your interests and maybe your unique advantages, like living in a scenic location or living, you know, maybe you're studying at some elite music college or something like that, and you want to put these things together, and that's going to be your niche. And by the way, we've hardly even scratched the surface with what I've looked at here. There's still like so much that you can do. You can make vlogs, you can make reaction videos, you can make those like Omegle videos, right? There's a lot that you can do. Okay, hopefully you're keen to start your channel and you know what kind of videos you're gonna make. How do you actually get started? The first thing that you want to do is just start making videos. Don't wait until tomorrow, don't wait until next week, like just make your first video because you're not going to be very good at the start. I'm sorry to break it to you. The channels we've looked at have been making videos for a long time, so it will take time to get to that level, but you can get there. You just have to start making videos, right? You don't need good gear. This is a trap that I fell into. I convinced myself that to make good videos, I need good gear. I got the studio light, I got the aesthetic, you know, studio setup with lights, and I got my microphone set up, and I got a nice camera, and I got this and I got that. The truth is, you don't need any of that stuff because you could have the best gear in the world, but if you don't have the skills to match that gear, it's still gonna suck, okay? It's still gonna suck. You want to focus on building your skill set first, and once you've got some reps under your belt, that's when you start investing and actually making this a higher production thing. I'm recording this on my iPhone, right? So your iPhone is a good enough camera. Just use that. Okay, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun kind of looking at these channels and, you know, exploring some ideas. If you have any questions, just leave them below. With that said, don't forget to vibe and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.